Continuing our team coverage here at NBC Action News of the massive snowstorm hitting Kansas City, the blizzard of 2011.
The Kansas City area is expected to get about 12 inches of snow. Sedalia could get 27 inches. Brett Anthony standing by with Kansas City's most accurate forecast. Brett.
That's right, Curtis, and it's right on schedule the way things are shaping up. Look at these heavy snow bands south and east of Kansas City near Butler, stretching over through Warrensburg up to Sedalia. This is easily 2-inch-an-hour snowfall rates, and there are some areas in there in this brightest pink where it could be between 2 and 3-inch-an-hour snowfall rates. So it is just pouring snow right now from Columbia down to Sedalia to Butler, and it's backing its way toward Kansas City, or at least trying to. We're in a pretty decent band here, picking up about a half an inch to an inch-an-hour snowfall rates, lesser, lighter amounts up towards St. Joe. We haven't even kicked in the winds yet. We're going to kick the winds into this storm as we go into the afternoon. That's going to cause snow drifts maybe as high as 5 feet, especially where we get 10 inches to a foot of snow, and even higher drifts out to the southeast where there could be, Sedalia still could pick up close to 2 feet of snow out of this storm system. But you can see how it really is just concentrating itself along I-35 south and east of that. Nearby, we could have 17 inches of snow around Raymore, maybe 13 at Olathe and Paola, and Kansas City could very easily be in that 10 to 12 inch band right now, with St. Joe around 6 to 9. Even the moderate snow is making its way all the way up to St. Joe. Blizzard warning in effect today. In fact, it goes in effect till tomorrow. Visibilities have dropped as the morning has been going on and may get worse as we go into the afternoon, especially as we kick in the strong winds, the blizzard conditions of 35 miles an hour, and visibilities dropping to a quarter mile or less for more than 3 hours. There's the center of the storm. It's still in western Oklahoma. It still has to travel across Oklahoma up into Missouri. And so that puts us in, right now it's 10:30. This might not stop until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. So it could be another 16 hours of snow here in Kansas City, with blizzard conditions kicking in on top of that. And then the second part of this storm is, or perhaps even the third part, is the brutally cold air. Thursday morning, it's down to 10 below. We'll take another look at live ESP radar here, I think, before we join something else. Krista, Curtis?
All right, for most people, this means a day at home, but for some, they do have to brave the roadways, and for that, want to check out the whiteout conditions expected today.
Yeah, let's go to Sloane Heller, who's live along Shawnee Mission Parkway with more. Sloane, how are the conditions out there?
Good morning, guys. Well, I can tell you, just checking out the parking lot and Shawnee Mission Parkway, everything is completely snow covered at this point. We've talked to so many drivers out here. We've been lucky enough, Krispy Kreme and a lot of people at Winstead's talking to us. They tell us things aren't too bad yet. And I want to underline yet, because we know that 2 o'clock onward, as Brett's been saying, it's going to get a lot worse. But they're telling us they're driving 10 miles under the speed limit or so. It's hard to stop, though. I know a woman who sped through 2 red lights. She literally couldn't stop. So that's something to keep in mind. Another thing that I want to warn people, if you're out and about with a significant other, this type of weather can breed arguments. Take a listen.
Yeah, just watch out for the cars, clear out the windshield, and all the instructions. He hates it.
Are you being a backseat driver?
Yeah, I always do, even in good weather.
So don't be, well, maybe you should be a backseat driver. You want to be safe. Also, talking to people who are working today, make sure you have that backup plan, especially if you're not leaving till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the heart of this blizzard. You want to make sure that if you have a long commute, maybe you have a hotel room, maybe you're staying with a friend, don't just kind of take this as no big deal, because later on the roads are going to get a lot more treacherous. We're live in Miriam, Sloane Heller, and we're going to pass it over to Lisa Benson. She's in Kansas City at Main and 31st. How's it going out there, Lisa?
Well, you know what, you are so right. Right now, the snowfall is starting to worsen as far as the visibility. We were on 31st in Maine, and we're heading southbound now, and we're heading near the Westport area, and we've noticed that as we've driven this morning, now it's becoming harder and harder to see, and the roads are more and more snow-packed right now. I will still say that there are fewer drivers on the roadways than you'd expect on your normal Tuesday morning. So they've definitely taken heed to the warning of the pending snowstorm that we were actually seeing right now. You can take a look and see the roadways are completely snow-packed. And there are a lot of people out here actually walking. We talked to folks earlier this morning who were on bus stops who said they still had to report to work. They left a little early, and they said the biggest problem for them is this wind. We know we're seeing right now the wind is moving at 15 to 23 miles per hour, and those snowflakes are literally slapping the bus riders in the face as they stand here on the bus. As a matter of fact, you can see one right here as they stand and wait on the buses. That's the most difficult part of this storm. It's not so much the snow for the folks who are out here right now, but it's that wind that is literally blinding them as they're walking in the streets. But again, the snowfall, it's still a light snowfall, but it's still a lot of snowflakes, and this snow seems to be coming down pretty quickly. And again, visibility is worse, and it is worsening, and we are expecting, of course, the snowfall to continue into the rest of this morning and, of course, into the afternoon. So, again, if you're headed out, be very, very careful. And if you don't have to come out, stay at home and stay warm. Reporting live, Lisa Benson, NBC Action News.
And from the streets to the runways now, we got to talk about KCI. NBC Action News has you covered.
Marissa Cleaver is live at KCI with the latest. Marissa, so is it a ghost town out there at the airport?
It is, Curtis. The good news is the airport is open. The bad news is about half the flights from today are canceled. And I just talked to a Southwest employee who told me it looks like they are canceling the remainder of their outgoing flights for the rest of the day. And we've seen a few folks coming up here trying to get rescheduled, trying to get on another flight for tomorrow. Take a look at some of the video we shot earlier this morning. Of course, as Bretta said, this storm is hitting all over the region. The Oklahoma airport is shut down, as well as DFW in Dallas. The anticipated blizzard led many airlines to cancel flight hours in advance, so a lot of people got the heads up that their flights were going to be canceled. For those who are leaving from KCI, they have been plowing the streets outside. They're also plowing the runway. They are also de-icing planes. We talked to Joe McBride a little earlier, as spokesman for the airport, about whether or not they were going to be able to stay open through this blizzard. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Well, we will do our best to keep the airfield open, and it'll be up to the airlines for the most part if they want to fly. But if if there's drifting snow that builds up too fast for our crews, if say it gets to be 4 inches or deeper, there might be a possibility of a temporary closure so we can get on top of things.
Again, right now, the airport is open, although a lot of flights are canceled. If you have a flight that was canceled, you should call the airline. A lot of those airlines are waiving those penalty fees for rebooking the flight. So if you need to, call the airline, see if you can get on another flight rebook without paying those penalties. Also, if you need to check a flight status, you can go to our website, NBCActionNews.com. On the front page, we have a link to KCI that will show you the status of incoming and outgoing flights. Live at KCI, Marissa Cleaver, NBC Action News.